Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a Grand Solar Minimum update. Thursday, December 27th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. Ho, ho, ho! Happy New Year! Snow is falling everywhere. Yeah, everywhere but the southeast. That's for certain. Storm Eboni wreaking havoc. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Keep calm. It's boom time. 3 injured in mid-air turbulence over Texas as Storm Eboni causes flight delays across the U.S. after warning that 4 million people could be stranded in blizzards. Hopefully they have fried gizzards. A passenger and flight attendant were taken to the hospital in Austin with injuries. Another person was treated on the scene after severe turbulence Wednesday. Flights were headed for Dallas but had to make unscheduled stops in Austin. Footage posted on Twitter showed a thunderstorm from a different Texas plane. 4 million people could be affected by travel disruptions from Storm Eboni. Boom! What about the volcanoes? What about them? Keep calm. You've entered the no-fraud zone, and it's just beginning. Southwest snowmaker could snarl travel for the second time this week. Blizzard warnings issued for Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's your jet stream hitting Mexico. Another round of snow is headed for Utah, northern and eastern Arizona, New Mexico, and southern Colorado. The heaviest snow and strongest winds will impact New Mexico, where blizzard warnings are posted for Albuquerque. Travel on parts of Interstate 25 and 40 are likely to be impossible. More snow will spread from Utah to northern Arizona and New Mexico as a potent area of low pressure slides into the southeast at the end of the week. Blizzard warnings have been posted into early Saturday for New Mexico's middle Rio Grande Valley, including the Albuquerque Metro and the Sandia and Manzano Mountains area. Of blowing snow will significantly reduce visibility in this area. Whiteout conditions are inevitable. They're your winter alerts. Flagstaff, show low, say it ain't so. Albuquerque, Taos, Roswell. Aliens will be visiting in the form of global warming whiteness. This latest winter weather system has already brought snow to Salt Lake City and comes at the heels of 4.5 inches of snow brought to Utah's capital Tuesday into Wednesday. Albuquerque, Roswell, Amarillo, Durango, Pagosa. Say it ain't Sosa or Sammy. Winter Storm Eboni, hundreds without power as Indianapolis sees strong winds. This just updated. Indiana is susceptible to dangerous floods, tornadoes, lightning strikes, and even earthquakes. But now we have blizzards. And this picture is unimaginable. What's going on there? Some parts of the Midwest are bracing for harsh weather conditions brought on by Winter Storm Eboni, including the blizzard itself. Indianapolis residents shouldn't worry about heavy snow, however. The storm is causing blizzard conditions throughout the north-central U.S. and led Kansas governor to declare a state of emergency. It won't be bringing any snow to the Circle City, forecasters told Indy Star. In fact, temperatures will be pretty warm, but they will be totally fluxed in Indy. Winter Storm Eboni drives blizzard warnings across the Midwest. 50 million face flood threat in the southeast. Up to 15 inches of snow possible by this guy's right hand, which used to have a big marijuana leaf floating above his head. Post-Christmas winter storm could put a damper on your trek back home, according to USA Today, the biggest rag ever. More wild weather is forecast for Friday across the nation. An ongoing blizzard in the north-central U.S. and flooding rains in the southeast. In the central U.S. on Thursday, the storm system that forced a cancellation of a college football game, oh my, because of unrelenting lightning on Wednesday drove blizzard conditions through parts of the north-central U.S. and threatened travel chaos from Minnesota to Kansas and as far east as New England. Blizzard warnings remain in effect for parts of Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. As of late Thursday, many areas brace for over a foot of snow. Sustained winds of 30 miles per hour with gusts of 50 were anticipated in the region. We're seeing reports of whiteout conditions, poor travel conditions, according to Mike Dole. Winds will remain gusty. Staying inside is a musty. In Kansas, Governor Jeff Coyler declared a state of emergency. Collier urged travelers to pay attention to weather alerts, avoiding placing themselves in harm's way in front of the plows and inside of the blizzard. Travel will be hazardous with slick, snow-covered roads, especially in areas where blizzard warnings are in effect. If there are blizzard warnings in effect, what the are you outside driving around for? D-bag alert. We'll get there. Through your Saturday, heavy snow. There's your strip, central Minnesota, like we predicted 10 days ago. Southern South Dakota, Nebraska, you're going to see it. And New Mexico is going to get the brunt of this. Heads up, Las Vegas. I called you out yesterday, and we're not talking Nevada. Heavy snows up in British Columbia, moving in on the coast and the mountains. Washington State as well. Watch this pattern move through. Yeah, that is blanketing. Happy New Year. New England is looking like a record snow season. And New Mexico, record snow season. Heads up, Taos. You guys are going to be bombarded with activity. Next 24 hours, major impacts. You can see them right there. Boom. That's through your midday Friday. Heads up, let's check Weather Ready Nation map. Blizzard warnings and watches extend all the way from Canada down into New Mexico, Albuquerque. And look at this hard freeze warning down here in southern Arizona. Freeze warnings all the way down into central Mexico. Flash flood warnings and watches through the southern Appalachians. All the way down through Louisiana. Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola. Flash flood warnings and watches all the way up through New Jersey. Winter storm watches through most of New England and the mountainous regions. Vermont, northern New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maine. It's insane. Blizzard warnings and watches in 185 counties in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota. Say it ain't soda. Winter storm watches and warnings in 8 states up in the central mid-plains. 4 states down in the Four Corners region where there are winter storm watches and warnings in over 300 counties. Hard freeze warnings and watches for frost all over the Sonoran Desert. That's where those cactuses are. They're dead. Winter storm watches and warnings through Montana and northern Utah. Let's read what they have to say. Long duration winter storm in the southwest. Heavy rain in the central Appalachians. A winter storm dropping into the southwest will bring significant winter weather impacts through Saturday night. And her name is Eboni. Al! Did you name her? Get in your hole. Blizzard warnings are up for Albuquerque. Winds to 60 miles per hour are forecast in the southern desert all the way to Mexico. Al! That is zone 28. You don't even know what that means. All right, get in your hole. Pack me a ball. Meanwhile, snow in the upper Midwest will diminish Friday morning. Heavy rain and potential for flash flooding will shift to the central Appalachians and mid-Atlantic. Click on your counties for warnings. It is lime green up here in Lake Superior. Get out of your boat. Well, actually, it's frozen. Get out of your ice fishing hut. Boom. I know. Keep calm. It's boom time. Weather.gov for all the info. Seismic uptick worldwide. 5.8 in Indonesia right now. That is not the only quake of note. We have a rocker of 4.7 kicking off right on Laki in Iceland. That's a volcano about to go boom. Central America. Whew. lighting it up. 5.0 in Venezuela. Heavy activity in the Caribbean. Greece, Italy. 4.6. Mid-ocean ridges. Earth is swelling. 5.1 South Sandwich Islands. 5.4 Solomons. Whew. We're just waiting for the big one. Space weather just kicked up. It could be now. Something will happen in the next 24 hours. That earthquake happened at Laki, Fordjofel, right next to Grimsvotn on Iceland. That's what you're looking at. This is the mid-ocean ridge system that runs through here, the rift zone. This is the tholeiitic basalts, is what they term them here. It's coming right from the mantle. Heads up. You got any geology questions, ask me. But that tremor happened right here north of Laki, which caused global temperatures to drop 6 degrees in our past. But these volcanoes typically erupt at VEI 5. VEI 4 and 5 during all cosmic ray flux periods. I will prove it to you if you stick with us. We have very limited bandwidth. So just wait for these pages to download. Laki right here. Here's your information. The system erupted violently over an 8-month period in the Dalton minimum from 1783 to 1784. The Laki fissure and the adjoining volcano Grimsvotn, which is probably going to go up on alert, poured out an estimated 42 billion tons of basalt lava and clouds of poisonous hydrofluoric acid and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere and stratosphere. Compounds that contaminated soil, leading to the death of over 50% of Iceland's livestock and the destruction of a vast majority of all crops. Boom! You picking it up? I'm putting it down tonight. All historical. The system erupted violently over an 8-month period. 8 months of nightmare. Guess what? This led to a famine which killed 25% of the island's human population. Oh, and the lava flows destroyed 20 villages. But I didn't hear about that in high school. And that was 230 years ago. 240. Grimsvotn, right next door. Last time it erupted, 2011. Remember that? All air traffic stopped. Grimsvotn, Laki. Grimsvotn, Laki. Same spot. According to scientists from the Institute of Earth Sciences and the University of Iceland, they have no idea why these always erupt during cosmic ray flux periods. Grand solar minimums. They don't know because they've never connected it. Hello! Boom! I just connected it. Are you connecting it? Wow. It's almost like I'm in school again. Let's look at the eruptive history and let's break it down. Here, VEI 4, moving into the next grand solar minimum. Let's move down the chart. VEI 4, wow, centennial minimum. Dead nuts. VEI 4, 1873, that was just a decade after the Carrington event charged the planet. And then back here at VEI 4, this is where everybody died in the Dalton minimum. Holy macaroni. This baby, Grimsvotn. I mean, the earthquake happened at Laki. And Laki killed all those people. Grimsvotn also erupted. Facts. You know when the best time is to take a volcano selfie? Well, if you're a sheep, now. But if you watch our channel, never, never, ever. This is actually an article coming out today. Tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. But you never, ever take a volcano selfie. And you know what's happening right now worldwide? Tourists are flocking to erupting volcanoes to grab a selfie. Not only putting pressure on emergency services, but freeing us of their stupidity. Amen. I can't wait to see them selfies. Indonesia widens danger zone as before and after pictures emerge today. This is epic. And it's only because we haven't had a major eruption yet, but half of the island is missing. I wonder where that tsunami came from. This is last week. This is today. Oops! And now what we have is a phreatic nightmare. I saw a boat ride over at Volcano YT. What's happening here? The volcano is erupting under the ocean now. These people are completely fluxed. The next outburst is going to cause a tsunami because it is going to explode out of the surface of the water. It's going to cause hellish weather and is creating weather right now. There is no sun in this area. It's been cloudy and raining for a while based on science. Look at the before and after. Last week, today. This is insane. Half of Krakatoa is missing, and it is now erupting under the ocean, dumping insane amounts of steam in this region. We're going to be getting reports on this. The eruption on Saturday evening caused parts of the island of the Sunda Strait to collapse into the sea, generating a tsunami wave of more than 2 meters, some areas 15 feet. It is now erupting in 2 places that I can tell. One offshore here is a major eruptive activity happening, causing a 3,000-foot steam plume cauldron, and another flank eruption now off the remaining piece of the island. Not looking good. The government has warned communities in the strait to stay 1 kilometer away from the coast. This went from 500 meters to half a kilometer, now to a kilometer. The higher you get, the better. Get a motorcycle. Do not take a selfie. Drive quickly away if you're reporting on this. It is not looking good, kids. And this is one of dozens of volcanoes not looking good. Worldwide volcano news update. Dukono, Reventador, major uptick today. Fuego, Popo, Krakatoa, Shivalush. Here's Etna. Today, Nevados de Chilan, Sabancaya, Fuego. Reventador is preparing for a major eruptive activity. Now 4 out of 5 currently erupting. Erupting extensively throughout the entire Dalton Minimum with major eruptions multiple times. Again, in the Centennial, a major eruptive period from 1898 to 1906, and probably be continuously erupting when it begins for decades to come. So, Stromboli, Etna, Krakatoa, Reventador, Fuego, Popo, Campe Flegrei, the Canary Islands. All of these potential threats are mounting. The odds of your life changing in an instant are ever increasing every single day. Are you preparing? Proper prior planning prevents piss-poor performance in this future, which is inevitable. It's the longest period of time where millions of people aren't dying because of volcanic eruptions. And we're using paleoclimatological data, new scientific evidence, multidisciplinary approaches, historical documentation to spoon feed you the information. The planet is not warming. It was warming. The warming is over. We've been waiting for it to be over. Climate is a natural cycle driven by the sun and cosmic rays that come from outside of our system. The ego that the human race possesses is insane. Meditation is the cure for the insanity. I implore you to learn the skill. Space weather news. Parts of the U.S. government are closed. However, because the information this site provides is necessary to protect life and property, it will be updated and maintained during the federal government shutdown for critical weather information. Thank you, NOAA. One of the few thank yous they get. And we are entering geomagnetic storm. We have just entered geomagnetic instability, popping off that uptick in earthquake activity, which will go higher. The reason is just about 8 hours ago, we've coupled with the sun, and the plasma stream is now Earth to sun here on the phi angle. Do you see it at 180? That's sun to Earth at 180. The sun is shooting plasma at us now. So we've been lithospherically on alert for 8 hours, and it will continue. As speed kicks up and the temperature rises here, the lithospheric warning is in effect. So we could see some earthquakes moving forward. We could also see some aurora throughout Canada, Quebec, Ontario. We're entering geomagnetic instability now. And the aurora forecast is brightening. So get outside if you're up in Ontario, Quebec, in those regions. Do it! You can see all of the charts reacting. Electron flux goes HP, and the KP index now at 4 at geomagnetic instability. This will probably pop up to 5 or maintain at 4 in the next 3 hours. Earthquake alert. Let's talk about Diehold Foundation and the theory of multi-dimensional reality. Now, Douglas B. Voigt, author of some really good books, God's Day of Judgment, The Real Cause of Global Warming, Reality Revealed, Gravitational Mystery Spots, and Decoding the Hebrew Scriptures, is an esoteric scientist. And he's got 5 stars and 5 stars on these two. Apparently they don't like this one. But he's the talk of the town. He's the host with the most. But he doesn't have any subscribers. Diehold Foundation, 1,800 subs. Come over here and subscribe to the channel and see what they've just put up here. Causes of the Ice Age series. Causes of the Ice Age Nova, Great Secrets. Good one to watch. But most importantly, parts 1 to 5 of the Secrets of the United States, and all 4 parts of Causes of the Ice Age. And you can come see these 2 parts right now. He's got some excellent information. As an independent investigator, he is attacking this using a multidisciplinary approach, which gets to the bottom of the ruse, which is what he's doing. He's doing exactly what we've been doing and many other similar types of scientists have been doing on their own, and we are coming out of the woodwork. Now, what we need to do is come together. So I need you to come over to the Diehold Foundation, watch his shows, watch his presentations, comment appropriately, and tell them that Diamond sent you and why. I've reached out to him. We need to get him on this show. We need to start working together. And maybe we can get him out to LeakCon. And that's a volcano boom. Boom! What is that? It's amazing. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance during a magnetic reversal. Because if the entire Pacific Ocean washes across North America, you're fluxed. You want to be ready. Now, you have 18 to 24 years to prepare for this event. But in the meantime, the entire empire model will fail. And that's going to happen soon. Way before that. Carrington-style solar flare. Fiat money collapse. Increased inflation. Global unrest. Crop loss. Famine. Driving migration. Wars. That happens prior to the event. It's a ruse to blind you. Now, I implore you to come over and check out the Diehold Foundation's website. I'll leave you links below. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch the presentations. These are excellent podcasts filled with historical scientific information from a multidisciplinary approach. We're going to talk about Maverick. We're going to talk about some more magnetic reversal scientists and the work that they're doing in future shows. But right now, we don't want you to miss out on these 5 astronomy events coming in 2019. Now, January 20th through the 21st, the super blood moon eclipse to glow red over the U.S. This will be the only total lunar eclipse of the year, and it will be visible in the skies of all of North America and South America, as well as parts of Europe and Africa, on the night of January 20th into the hours of January 21st. Go outside, look up. May 6th to 7th, Halley's Comet sparks the Eta Aquarids meteor shower. Look it up. Total solar eclipse darkens the sky over South America on July 2nd. August 12th to 13th, the Perseids impress summer stargazers. And November 11th, Mercury will transit the sun. Boom! Hella boom. That's a volcano butt boom. Boom! See ya. Right in space. Yeah. NASA will reach its most distant target yet on New Year's Day. New Horizons is nearing the Kuiper Belt object known as Ultima Thule, which has not changed brightness because an alien substructure with a nuclear core is causing it to continuously glow. Probably not. It's probably swamp gas. Halo. Al just told me he likes Leak Project. Get in your hole! You want a cigarette? Not. That's carbon tax. Get in your hole. Now, Ultima Thule is probably continuously emitting the same light signature because we're either approaching it directly on its axis that it is rotating on, and the odds of that are like 1,000,000 to 1. But it very well may be. Because we are coming at a perpendicular to the motion of the actual orbit of the object. I think that the probability increases. In fact, that it is wobbling or tumbling towards the sun. And if we're coming at a 90-degree angle of the rotational axis as it tumbles towards the sun, we may be coming in on that rotational axis. The more plausible theory using Occam's razor is that this object has multiple moons that are racing around it like insane atoms in a hypothetical atomic charge map diagram, where you have the nucleus, which is Ultima Thule, surrounded by electrons or small moons, which are in their orbit based on electromagnetics, electric universe. So if we see multiple moons in different orbital shells rotating around this nucleus, and it's a hydrogen atom, your mind will blow up. But I suspect it might be a carbon atom. Will it have 6 moons? Will it have 8 moons? Will it explode when we get near it? Nobody knows. We do know volcanoes are exploding. Mercury will track across the face of the sun on November 11th, 2019. Last time it did it was in November of 2006. If you can do the math, that's the periodicity of every 13 years. Hey, when I shot out buy silver, I hope you did, it was 1450. It is crushing as I speak, up 6 cents right now in the last 3 hours. 1535 is the ask. You can still get in. Precious metals are a way to hedge against fiat currency imploding, cryptocurrency disappearing. I say 1/4 precious metals, 1/4 land, 1/4 cash, and 1/4 crypto. That is my recipe moving forward. And that's a boom. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance when large volcanic eruptions are about to cause global famines after global unrest. Because you know how those religionists are. If the skies go dark, they will jump off the edges of buildings. I'm not making this up. This is made up. It's CGI. It's totally awesome. As we approach 2019, you need to start thinking outside of the box. Begin a new way of thinking. Not stinking thinking. Think outside of the box. A new paradigm is emerging. We can all survive and thrive together, those who make it. The beginning of the empire shutdown is going to be gradual. No one will notice it. Temperatures will not change drastically. But the infrastructure will crumble. And you should use that as a wake-up call to start preparing. Learning how to forage wild edibles in your area. Learn how to fish and hunt. Wildcraft. Camp with your family. Learn a new skill. Learn how to make fire with a stick. Start stockpiling dry goods. You only need a few pennies to start doing that. Learn about a bug out plan if you live in a city. Find a like-minded community that you can get to where they will accept you. We love you. Happy New Year. Be safe. Boom.